Welcome back. Well, Anthony Albanese is calling Labor MPs to Canberra this morning as he kicks off his second term as Prime Minister. This as the coalition is plunged into crisis and the race to replace Peter Dutton begins.
Let's get today's take on this with journalists Shelley Horton and John Mangos here in Sydney. Shelley, I'll go to you first. What did you make of the weekend?
I was surprised that it was so decisive. I do think that we have been saying for a long time that Dutton is losing the election rather than Albo is winning it, but maybe we need to give Albo a little bit more credit. But I do think it did come down to women and younger voters, and the Liberal Party needs to really take stock and realise that they're going to age themselves out of politics if they don't make some changes.
It was interesting. Simon Birmingham were reflecting on insiders on the ABC. They were reflecting on Simon Birmingham at the last election after he was ousted, saying we as a party need to target women.
Yes.
And we are failing to do that, and younger people.
Yeah.
And it's like it was all there for them and they didn't act on it. John.
Yes, it was. And you know what? We called it right on this show. We knew it was close 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it was. And we called it that Albanese was streaking ahead in the last 2 or 3 weeks, which is what he did. We didn't know the win would be as extensive as it was, but that's Dutton's fault. Now, Dutton is actually, I've met Dutton, many times. He's actually a really nice bloke, but his image belies his personality. And while Albanese was focusing on big issues like reducing HEX debts by 20%, Dutton was talking about welcome to country. Like, just didn't have the policies in place to fight it on a level playing field. So no surprise, but gee, worst result for the Liberals ever, and a poison chalice to whoever takes over.
It's going to be really tough to regroup after this. Could be a long week for them. Shelley, there's a lot saying that Labor's success could be seen as a test of anti-Trump sentiment. That does have a lot to do with it, but I think that gives too much power to Donald Trump. What do you think?
I disagree, DC. I think that this was a big push against Trump, and it was a push against that style of leadership, the aggressiveness, the using terms like hate media, being disrespectful to women, and really not capitalising on any of the important social issues. And I think that our country has said, you know what? It's a cost of living issue. Liberals should have won if it was just about money. But we have shown that it's actually about our beliefs and that we want to be seen as a kind and inclusive country. And so I think that does have a big impact that Trump has had on our country. We don't want to end up like that, and we have said it at the ballot box.
I see your point.
So moving forward for the coalition, they are searching for a new identity.
Yes, they are.
Along with a new leader. Who do you think could be the most effective leader?
And they need a strong new leader.
Well, and
they don't have one.
But also, as a healthy democracy, we need a strong opposition
of course
as well.
we do.
So
They just had a strong leader, though. That's right. Where the strength lies
he
politically.
not only lost the election, he lost his seat.
Yeah.
So is it Angus Taylor? I doubt it, because he made some gaffes during the campaign. Is it Susan Lee? Is she strong enough? I'm not sure, but it's a good look to have a female as your leader. Dan Tehan, I don't think has the profile. Hasty?
So
Do people know who he is? But whoever gets it, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, and you agreed, it's a poison chalice. I mean, they've got such a reduced team, it's going to take at least 2 terms to recover.
Yeah.
But don't you think, John, that if they do want to rebrand, the fact that the Liberal Party has never had a female leader, that could be a big step forward.
Oh, I agree, Shelley. Absolutely. That's why I think Susan Lee's probably the best of the choices, because it will differentiate them. And she's a good woman. I'm just not sure that she's got the policy direction just yet. But she's going to have 2 terms.
I mean, it's not a deep bench, guys. It's not a deep bench.
Probably going to take at least a week to figure it all out as well, because they're still counting votes as we go to it.
But Shelley, 100% right. I'd love to see them elect a woman as their leader. Absolutely.
All right, guys, more to discuss when we come back. Don't go anywhere. The AI-generated image of Donald Trump sparking worldwide outrage. Our panel is weighing in next.
Welcome back. Donald Trump is sparking global outrage after posting this AI-generated image of himself as the Pope to Truth Social.
Wow.
Yikes.
Shelley and John are back with us to discuss. John, he's been accused of mocking Catholicism.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is an absolute insult to Catholics all over the world. Who does he think he is? And to post it himself, and his team has supported it by reposting it. I mean, like, this guy thinks he is the ruler of the world and thinks he can be anybody because he is the President of the United States. But not only is he not the Pope, he's not even a fingernail of any pope. And I just find that highly insulting and another reason to dislike the jerk.
Here's the thing, Shelley. Deep diving onto some of this stuff on the weekend, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. And you go past people who support Donald Trump. Some of them are very sensible in America. And their whole thing is they really do separate the Trump policies from the Trump when he's what they call a troll, that he's just having a laugh, that he's the entertainer like he is when we see him on the stump. But is that an excuse for this?
Hell no. I mean, the thing is, he's the leader of the free nation. He doesn't get to be a troll. It's absolutely setting the wrong example. This is distasteful, distasteful, disrespectful, and incredibly on brand for Trump. I was expecting a caption of "Make Heaven Great Again." And the fact that he was even at the funeral should have some gravitas, but it doesn't. So I'm sorry, you can't separate the troll Trump and the political leader. I think it's just awful.
Oh, Shelley, this is 2 weeks in a row we've agreed with
We're
each other.
agreeing, I know. I'm going to have to come to Sydney so we can have a proper
Something's just not right. Hey, both of you, thank you so much
Thanks,
for your time
Tim.
today. We appreciate it.
Just
Have a
ahead
good
for
one.
you on Today Extra.